basically affects the way we see the world around us, because the language or the code of communication that we use, uh, it allows us to what we call categorize the world around us in a particular way. Okay. And because of that, we will be able to see things in a very specific manner. Okay, like certain things we see as a process, while some other things are seen as an entity. Okay, for example, some object. Okay, and one of the major reasons of having this kind of understanding of the worldly objects is that the language categorizes those things as processes or verbs, and some other things as nouns. Okay, say for example, or even within nouns, for example, certain things are categorized as masculine and some other things are categorized as feminine. Okay, say for example, if I say we have a word like uh, in Hindi we say chanda mama,
Hmm.
or we also say billi masi. Okay, fine. So how can we say chanda mama or billi masi in Hindi, but if you say the same thing in English, okay, like moon uncle, it would sound abnormal. Okay, or when we say cat auntie, it would it would sound abnormal. We don't like speaking that way. So why it looks fine in Hindi or even in Gujarati, but not in English? I don't know about Assamese. Can you say Chanda Mama in Assamese?
John Bai
Wo-
is made a sister.
Sister. So Chanda is a
Bai
bai.
means Bai.
Okay,
One
not
woman.
woman. But you
Woman.
don't use the word mama with moon.
No.
No. Okay. And do you say cat, cat auntie or billy masi,
Mm, No. Mekuri Mahi.
mekuri,
Mekuri Mahi. Billi Mashi.
billy masi? Okay. Now, if I'm not wrong, do you have the gender system? Like, do you have masculine, feminine, striling, pulling in Assamese?
Yes.
Yes. So the mekuri, that is the word for billy, is categorized as female, feminine.
Uh,
Okay. And moon, what is the word for moon?
John Bai.
Jonbai.
Sondra. John Bai
Sondro.
Sondra.
Sondro. Okay. So is it male, masculine or feminine? Striling or pulling?
John Bai is feminine.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Chandra is
Sondra.
Chandra is masculine. Okay. Fine. So what is happening? See, in for example Gujarati or Hindi, Chandra is considered masculine. So you can add the word like mama with it because it is the word which is used for male. So you can call it Chanda Mama. Billy is categorized as feminine, so you can add a word that is associated with the female. Masi, for example. Masi is basically the sister of your mother. Right? So you can say Billy Masi because Billy is categorized as female. Or you can say Chanda Mama because Chanda is categorized as male. Fine. So that becomes a kind of category, and that category allows us to see as male or female. Okay. Basically, we know that Chanda is neither male or female. It is a natural object which doesn't have any gender. And if we talk about biological gender, the moon doesn't have any biological gender. Fine. It is the
Yes.
language. It is the language that gives it a gender, what we call grammatical gender. Okay. So once we assign a particular grammatical gender, accordingly, we can assign other grammatical words or pronouns or morphemes. Okay, so this is something unique about the human language, that it allows us to see the world in a very particular way. Okay, so this is what we need to understand when we are learning about the human language and communication, that it is very different from normal communicative system. For example, animals communication or machines communication, or even something like communication through traffic lights, or communication through some signs, signals. For example, we we play drum when we want to inform people that there is some occasion here. So that is also communicative system. It has a very specific uses. But when we talk about human communication, it is very, very complex. There are so many things involved. Okay, and we basically try to understand that complexity here.